don't see this every day. The topic is parrots. A couple from Guilford takes them in a kind of sanctuary. Many were surrendered to rescues. To date, they have 8 parrots in the house. They care for them while trying to get them readopted. In studying their habits, they observed they needed items to play with. They weren't on the market, so they're making them themselves. My guests are Sue and John Tebow. Welcome to you. This is very colorful. I love this setup that we have here. All right, Sue, tell me, how did your passion for parrots start?
Growing up, I had an Amazon parrot. It was the family pet.
Was that rare in the neighborhood?
Yes,
Okay.
it was. Most people are either dog people or cat people, but there are certain people that are just bird people. And having a bird in the house was just always what I had. And then growing up, I realized how many parrots needed homes and started adopting parrots from rescues.
All right, so John, you have a noisy house. You have 8 in the house right now?
Yes, it gets extremely noisy at times.
And is it true that they talk?
Some of them do actually talk, and they talk in context as well.
And so do you guys sit at home and teach them as well?
Not intentionally.
They just sing and
they pick up
do their things. All right, somewhere along the way, as you were observing them, you found that there weren't the kind of toys that they needed. Tell me about that.
So parrots are really intelligent. Their average intelligence is about a 4 to a 5-year-old. And when they're in cages, and having them in cages, they get bored. In the wild, they fly for miles a day. They forage for food. They have to find their food and water sources. They have to dig for things. So when they're in a cage, they're really prone to getting bored, and they need stimulation. So providing them with quality toys is very important to keep their minds busy, keep their beaks busy, and to keep them active and exercising.
All right, John, where did you come in? Did you engineer this? Because these are going to last a lot longer than some of the toys. So tell me about how you came up with
It's a lifetime toy. You know, I've made toys for our birds for many years, and you know, a lot of things just don't work. Like rope, they'll bite through it, and then all of the stuff falls on the bottom of the cage, and there's no fun. Chain link, they actually pick the links apart, and the same thing happens. So we thought about it, and I thought cable was something that they're not going to chew through.
Right, and you've got one. I want to just show how this hooks on. So here's 3, and then if the bird goes through this, then you send them new ones, right? So that just hooks right on.
This hooks onto the top of the cage, and the stainless steel cable is just reloadable. So the bottom link is a solid piece, and the top link is squeezable, so you could reload the wood blocks and the other parts of the toy to it.
So you call this Beaktivity?
Yes.
This is the name of your company, and you're getting set to go national with it. Tell me about where you're headed next.
We're headed to the Global Pet Expo in Orlando, Florida, where we're going to exhibit and enter into not 1 but 2 categories. One is avian, and the second is sustainable, because all of our components are very earth-friendly and break down in your compost bin.
How much fun are you having with this, John? I mean, when you're sitting tinkering with this, was it easy to come up with?
No, it took a long time. It took us probably 3 or 4 years to come up with this exact design to make it.
And there's nothing like this on the market, is there?
Nothing at all like this on the market.
There are toys for parrots, but they kind of fall apart easily?
They're made of questionable materials. Some chemicals and dyes are you know, questionable, and you just, it's garbage.
There you go. In a word, you said it.
Yeah.
Best thing about having parrots in your house, John?
That's a tough one. They're all different. They're all have their different demeanors and whatnot, but they're fun. I mean, they're just nice to have. They're all different. It's fun.
And the
to have.
sounds, right? There's lots of sounds.
They have personalities. They will talk back to you. They have moods. They have attitudes. They're all very different. They all have their favorite foods, and they communicate their needs to you. It's like having children with beaks.
Of course.
Yes, it really is.
It's a good tagline for you guys. John, Sue, thank you so much for being on, and I wish you all the luck in the world with your new project from Connecticut.
Thank you.
You bet.